Hello,
Yes, sir.
Christmas store.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning to all. Students, in the last class, we were discussing about the human rights. What are the human rights here? This is the lesson of that political science. Here, the rights which help us to lead liberal life or comfortable life in the society, they are called as what? Human rights here. These human rights are granted through the each and every country constitution for to their citizens. Here, the United Nations organization, it is suggested it's all member countries to implement effectively these human rights. According to instruction of that even now, in India, it has been also trying to implement that human rights effectively in the country under its constitution. Here, first, there were fundamental rights, the 7 fundamental rights. Under the fundamental rights only, these human rights have been included or included here. First, there were 7, but later, by the 44th Amendment of the Constitution in 1978, the right to property was taken out of the fundamental rights and included under the Article 300A as the constitutional right here. First, it was a fundamental right, but later on also they changed that, or they removed the right to property from the fundamental right and added that under that 300A article as a constitutional right here. And so since that day onwards, till also there are only 6 fundamental rights here. They are right to harass anyone, don't try to scratch the screen, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture and educational rights, and last it is here, right to constitutional remedy here. Here the last one, right to constitutional remedy means it protected these remaining all fundamental rights here. If anyone else do not get the proper that do not able to have or to use or to experience these remaining all fundamental rights, he can oppose to the Supreme Court there. Right to expression, it is an example of it is also part of that fundamental rights here. The last since that 2 months, 3 months, this is an example. I am not using here any government, any that state, what happened exactly regarding in the fundamental rights in the country here. Here I am going to tell an example of an event here. The Maharashtra government, by implementing various that strict measures, it had tried to suppress the media freedom by using the police force or through any other that way here. Whenever that freedom of speech or a right to freedom of express our opinions and our ideas regarding the policies of the government, while that media, they were expressing or focusing on the mistakes of the government during this situation. It had tried to suppress that by using the police force or through any other way here. During this situation, to protect its that freedom of speech, that media it approached directly to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court it ordered to remove or to stop that harassment which has been running on the that media there. This is an example. Like here, if anyone else doesn't get properly these all rights, he can approach to the Supreme Court there. Whenever we feel I'm not getting proper that all fundamental rights here. Now next here we are going to discuss about the difference between the fundamental rights and then human rights here. The rights are same here, actually most of that, but in nature they have little differences. Human rights are universal in nature, but fundamental rights are not universal in nature, remember. Human rights, these are universal in nature, but fundamental rights, they are not universal there. And these human rights are necessary for the holistic development of human beings. It means integral development of human beings here. Even the fundamental rights are also necessary to the or for the holistic or integral development of human beings here. The first one, difference between the human rights and then fundamental rights here. Here, human rights, these are universal in nature, but fundamental rights, they are not universal in nature here. Human rights belongs to the entire world countries. Fundamental rights, these belongs to, according to the Indian Constitution, Indians only there. And both these rights are essential for the integral development of human beings. And second, it is here, these upheld the dignity of human beings. What upheld the dignity of human beings here? Even the both human rights also and then fundamental rights here. Even they are also necessary and these are also necessary here. Their prestige, their dignity, their honor, they have upheld in the society there. Their violations are not protected by the court of laws. Whose or which rights violations are not protected by the court of laws here? Human rights, remember, human rights violations are not protected by the court of laws, but fundamental rights are protected by the Supreme Court of India there. First one, human rights are universal in nature, but fundamental rights, they are not universal in nature. And secondly, both these are necessary to the for the holistic or integral development of human beings. And both rights, these upheld the dignity of human rights. And the third, it is here, their violations are not protected by the court of laws here. Which rights violations it is not protected by the court of laws? Human rights violation. It is not protected by the court of laws, but fundamental rights are protected by the Indian constitutional laws here. Therefore, I have told while I was explaining about that 6 fundamental rights regarding that constitutional remedy here. Under the 32 article, if any citizen who will not get proper or who will not be able to have that all fundamental rights, he can approach to the Supreme Court whenever he will get obstacles to have or experiencing that fundamental rights. Chanavanda.
Sir, holistic means what, sir?
Integral.
Integral, sir.
It means all over development. The fundamental rights are ensured by the Constitution here. Here, just I have told that this point here. Human rights are not ensured by the any court of law, but fundamental rights these are ensured by the Indian Constitution. Remember. Their violations are addressed by the Supreme Court and High Courts. If anyone else violated these all or not getting a chance to have these all rights here, he can approach Supreme Court and High Courts. But regarding the human rights, we cannot approach any court. There is no what protection from the court of law regarding that human rights there. The fundamental rights are specific in nature and are protected by the constitutional law here. Next, here we have to discuss about the institutions of human rights protection. The organizations or institutions which have been engaged in the protection of that human rights. The UNO held a meeting with all the member states in 1966 and has directed all the member states to remain committed to the protection of human rights here. A session which was conducted in the 1966 or in that meeting, even though it has ordered or requested that all member countries to implement effectively these human rights. It means to keep effort to reach these all human beings in their country. An International Human Rights Commission is formed at the international level here to ensure to look after these all implementation of human rights, whether they have been implementing or not properly in their country, in the entire world. Even though it has formed here International Human Rights Commission to protect or to implement effectively that human rights in each and every country there, its members country. As a supportive to this National Human Rights Commission and State Human Rights Commission are formed at national and state levels. Here in India, to support or to implement effectively all human rights in the entire country, central government, it has formed a National Human Rights Commission. It is the duty of that National Human Rights Commission to take care about that human rights implementation in the entire nation there. And State Human Rights Commission, it is the duty of this State Human Rights Commission to implement or to observe that all violations of human rights in the state here. This State Human Rights Commission, it has been working under that National Human Rights Commission there. In Karnataka also, there is a Karnataka State Human Rights Commission, which may try to implement effectively that human rights in this state. National Human Rights Commission, first one. National Human Rights Commission is a constitutional body here. It has protected through the Constitution. And it was established through legislation in the Parliament in 1993 by passing the legislation code of law in the Parliament. It was established in the 1993 there. This is about Parliament, and second picture, that is the symbol of the National Human Rights Commission there. विशाल मेदरगी. It is a watchdog of human rights in the country, and it is a multi-member body here. Watchdog means always it will focus on the violations of human rights in the country here. If any human rights violations are happening in the country here, it is the duty of that commission to address, to take necessary precautions here to implement effectively or to protect that human rights. And it is a multi-member body, means there are members, more than that one. It is not the constitutional body of it is not the body of any that one or two members. There are multi-members officials. It has a chairman and 4 members here. The total number of member of that National Human Rights Commission is 5. In that 5 only, one he will be elected as a chairman of that Human Rights National Human Rights Commission. And the chairman should be retired judge of Supreme Court. Here, the chairman of this National Human Rights Commission, he should be the retired judge of Supreme Court here. Why they will make only these retired judge of Supreme Court? Because they have the experience regarding the constitution of law, India here. Therefore, here government will appoint that the retired judge of Supreme Court as the chairman of that National Human Rights Commission. The members should be either the current judge of the High Court or a retired judges here. The chairman he should be retired judge, but the members, either they would current judges or the retired judges here. Current judges means here presently they are working, who are working in the that Supreme Court or that Supreme Court or High Court. And 2 members should have practical knowledge of human rights. Among that all 4 members here, 2 members they should have here practical knowledge regarding that human rights here. And the commission also has 4 ex officio members here, which help them to implement effectively or to take care about that human rights implementation in the entire country here. Here, National Human Rights Commission, it is the constitutional body, and it was established in 1993 there, and it is a watchdog of human rights in the country here, and it is a multi-member body. It has total of 5 members. Among that 5 members here, one he will be elected as the chairman of that committee here or that commission, and that chairman should be retired judge of Supreme Court, and remaining 4 they would be the current or that retired judge of High Court there. And to assist that 5 members here, 4 plus 1, there are what ex officio members are also to help them. The chairman and the members are appointed by the President of India here. That all 4 plus 1, all members of that Human Rights Commission, National Human Rights Commission here, they will be appointed by the President. President will appoint the PM also, and he may give the oath to that cabinet ministers also here. He will appoint the Supreme Court judges also, High Court judges, and he will appoint here these constitutional bodies, member, chairman, these all. Their tenure is for 5 years or till the attainment of 70 years of age, or whichever is earlier. The duration or the period of chairman of that National Human Rights Commission, it is up to that 70 years here, or 5 years, whichever is earlier, whichever will arrive first, they will consider that one there. If anyone else, that retired judge of Supreme Court, he appointed in 62 age only the chairman of that National Human Rights Commission, he should retire there in the that 67 age of him there. Whenever he will cross that 67, he has to drop that chairmanship. Having an idea regarding again be the what chairman of that Human Rights Commission after 70, it is not possible there. If he completed that 5 years within that 70 years, he can retire there. Or if anyone else he appointed as the chairman of that National Human Rights Commission in 67 age, he shouldn't carry on all his work up to the completion of 5 years. Only he will get 3 years here to serve as a chairman of that National Human Rights Commission here. The tenure it is 5 years or that attainment till the attainment of 70 years of age here. They receive remuneration as fixed by the central government. Remuneration means here that wages, salary, and other that allowances here. Each and every that MLA MP, they are also have, or they are also getting here what the remuneration, salary, allowances like here. Others, even the chairman of this National Human Rights Commission, you will also get that salary, wages, according allowances according to the that succession of central government here. For the period of time, whatever that allowances will be fixed by the central government, he will get that all. The commission has been mandated to function independently without prejudice and interference here. Here, National Human Rights Commission, it has a independent right here to act or to take any that actions against the violators of human rights here. During this occasions or situation, no one shouldn't interference in that matter of National Human Rights Commission. Or while protecting that National Human Rights Commission, that chairman and members, they shouldn't do prejudice. It means that negligence toward any that caste, creed, religion, or person here. Partiality there. Next, the second important body in the country here, State Human Rights Commission. Karnataka State Human Rights Commission or panel, this is the what symbol of that Karnataka State Human Rights Commission panel. As per the Human Rights Law 1993, the State Human Rights Commissions are established at the state level here. According to the Human Rights Law of 1993, yeah, all states they have established here that State Human Rights Commission body here to protect or to implement or to take care about the violation of the human rights here. They take the human rights violation cases here. Who will take care about these state human rights violation cases here? That State Human Rights Commission officials, they will take care about that. And the State Commission has one chairman and 2 members. National Commission, it has one chairman and 4 members. But the State Commission, it has here one chairman and then 2 members here. Half of that National Human Rights Commission members. The chairman should be a retired judge from the High Court. In the National Human Rights Commission, the chairman should be a retired judge of a Supreme Court. here in the state, you should be the retired judge of High Court here. And the members should be either serving High Court judges or retired judges, as usual same here regarding that National Human Rights Commission, or should have served at district courts for at least 7 years. Here, the members should be either serving in the High Court at present here, or retired judges, or they should have a knowledge or experience of 7 years as advocate in the that district courts there. And here, these will be appointed by that governor. The chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, he will be appointed by the president, and here chairman of state Human Rights Commission, he will be appointed by the governor. The National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Tribes was bifurcated in the year 2003 by 89th Amendment of Article 338 here. To protect the human rights here, the National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Tribes was also established in the 2003 day, according to that 89th Amendment to the 338 article. This is what a symbol of that National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Tribes there. National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Commission for Scheduled Tribes were formed in the 2003 to protect the rights of that tribes and then caste people, scheduled caste people there. And the National Commission for Scheduled Caste has one chairman and one vice chairman and 3 members. The National Commission for Scheduled Caste has one chairman and one vice chairman here. President and vice president like here, CM or deputy CM like here. Chairman and then vice chairman, they will be there in the National Commission for Scheduled Caste, plus 3 supporters or that members. They are appointed by the President of India here. This is a National Commission for Scheduled Caste, chairman and then members, and also National Commission for National Human Rights Commission. These are all will be appointed by the President. And the commission addresses the issues of atrocities on scheduled caste people. It means violations on that people here, and also identifies the violations of human rights against such a people and provide relief to them. This commission, which one? National Commission for Scheduled Caste. It addressed the issues or violation of that human rights on that scheduled caste people and identify that persons here, those who will involve in these such actions or that issues here, and later on also by punishing them, it will try to provide relief to that person or those who have faced the problem while having that human rights. And the commission also provides needed information and statistics to the central government and state governments to plan various programs for the benefit of these people here. This commission is not only take care about that effective implementation of to protect the rights of that scheduled caste and tribes here, and also it will provide that statistical data which are essential to the government. It would be central government or state government to make that various programs to the progress or development of scheduled caste and tribe people here. Next, first we discussed about the National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Now here we are going to discuss about that National Commission for Scheduled Tribes here. The National Commission for Scheduled Tribes came into existence as per the 89th Amendment to the Constitution in the year 2003 here. Both scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, these commissions in the national level, they effectively implemented in the country in the 2003 year. Under article of that 338A. And the commission has one chairman and one vice chairman and 3 members as usual here with that scheduled caste. They are appointed by the President of India, and its functions are similar to that National Commission for Scheduled Caste here. Whatever the functions will be done by that National Commission for Scheduled Caste here, that all functions will be managed, same that actions or functions here, activities, programs will be done by this National Commission for Scheduled Tribes also there. And the other important that constitutional body to protect the rights of the backward classes. Backward classes means here that the people, those who are economically poor or other that community people. This commission was also founded in 1993. Remember that scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, these were founded in the 2003 day. This National Commission for Backward Classes, it was founded in that 1993 day. It has one chairman and then 4 members here. Backward Class Commission, it has one chairman and 4 members. It is better to make your own chart to know about these all National Commission for the Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribes, National Commission of National Human Rights Commission and State Human Rights Commission and National Commission for the Backward Classes here. Then only you will easily understand regarding the establishment, members, chairman, and who will appoint that chairman of these all commissions here. ನಿಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ during your leisure time. Prepare that small chart regarding these all issues. Then you will easily understand that establishment and appointment, and also that regarding chairman, their works, these all issues there. The commission protects the human rights of that backward classes here, or any kind of that rights of backward classes. Category 1, category 2, or that 3B, 2A, these are the other kind of the backward classes here. Next, under important that constitutional body, National Commission for Women here, to protect their rights also. There is a commission in the country and even in the state also. Here, in order to protect the rights of the women, the National Commission for Women was formed under the law in 1990. In that 1990 only, this National Commission for Women, it was established in India there. And the commission has one chairman and then 5 members here. There will be total 6 members in this National Commission for Women to take care about the rights of women here. And among that 6 only, they will elect one as a chairman, and remaining the 5 they will serve as the members there or supporters of that chairman there. And it sensitizes the women for their constitutional rights here. It means it is the duty of this commission to create awareness regarding the rights of that woman by conducting various programs or through the advertisement also here, or whatever way it is suitable to create awareness regarding the rights of women. That way they can use to create awareness among the women in entire country here. And it also studies the status of women with respect to education, sociological and economical and health here. In these all fields also, it will study about these all fields also to know about their status, their progress, whether they are have been getting good status or that which one are not. Next, under that constitutional body here, a National Commission for Minorities, means the people those are less in entire population in the country here, they are come under that minorities here. And the National Commission for Minorities was formed in the 1992 for the protection of minority people. Here they are mentioned here the symbol and then that religions which are considered as the minorities in the country. That Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, and Parsis, and also that Jains. These are what minorities in the country. And this commission, it will try to protect the rights of these all religion people there. 6 religious communities have been identified as minorities here. They are mentioned in this picture also. And they are Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Parsis, and then Jains here. If they do not get a proper rights in the country, they can approach here that National Commission for the Minorities also, and will may try to get here a proper justice for that commission. And the commission undertakes the study of minorities and takes necessary steps to protect the interest of these minority communities here. It is the duty of this National Commission for Minorities to protect the rights of the minorities and also do study regarding the minorities problem which they have been facing in the country here. And also it will try to take necessary that precautions to remove that. This is all about what that human rights. With this here, this lesson it is over. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. Today you have social exam. I have selected there are 2 lessons, 3 lessons there. You know, today not, sorry. Tomorrow you have that social science exam there. Do preparation well. Have understood these all? Read once more, then you will understand. And during your leisure time, you try to form that a chart regarding these all commissions. Don't show negligency. That knowledge it would help in the future also there. Therefore, during your leisure time, try to form that chart regarding these all commissions to understand properly regarding the appointment and chairmen and their duties in the state and then country here. Okay, students, with this here today I will conclude this class, and question answers afterwards also send. If you are able to write question answers, you can write by referring the textbook there. Otherwise, later on I will send that question answers. Okay, thank you so much to all. Bye.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, students. What were discussed, students, yesterday?
Ma'am, light lesson.
Yes, what all things we have discussed yesterday about light?
What makes things visible? Loss of reflection.
Yes. What is the laws of reflection?
Angle of incidence and angle of reflection.
Okay. So what is the laws of reflection?
Reflection of light.
What you written yesterday, you have written the classwork now.
Ma'am, you not wrote the definition of the loss of reflection.
Okay. Only I have written. Only reflection means that is only. Laws of reflection of two others that I will tell you. Okay, yesterday what we have discussed, how things are visible to our eyes. Okay, by the light. Okay, when light falls on the object, then only we can see the object, right? In the dark, what is help us to see the object? Light, isn't it? We use battery, torch to see the object. Here, an object becomes visible when light emitted or reflected. Emitted means what is that? Emitter is different and reflected is different. Okay, so emit means the light they throw out for a half. Okay, for example, if you take the paper and the mirror, okay, paper and mirror, mirror and paper. You take paper and mirror. So here, when the light falls on the mirror, what happens? When the light falls on the paper, what happens? Yes, students. Yes, students, tell me.
What, ma'am?
So emit is different, reflect is different. Okay. Here, when the light falls on the mirror, what happens? When the light is falls on the paper, what happens?
Ma'am, light falls on a mirror means it will reflect.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, visible means
Huh? Visible means ಕಾಣೋದು. Yes, students, visible means we can see this object. Okay, the mirror reflects the light. Okay,
and on paper it emitted the light.
it emits the light. Okay, so this is an example of emitted reflection. The next is we have discussed yesterday reflection of light. So you know that when the light falls on polished or shiny surface, you know that if you have tiles at your home, they are polished or shiny, and you know the mirror is shiny and polished. So when light falls on it, the light reflects it. So this surface it changes its direction. This is called reflection of light. We say that. Okay, you have written yesterday that what is reflection. Now, yesterday I have explained that when the light is falls on the surface of the mirror, you take it as a mirror. Okay, when the light falls on the surface of the mirror, okay, means this line, when the line strikes the surface of this, okay, what happens? it reflects the light in the same way. How this line we call it as which ray? Incident. Incident ray we call it as. So here the light falls, eyes visible to our eyes. This is also, and when the light strikes the surface is called, we call it as incident ray. The ray which comes back after reflection is called reflected ray. This ray is reflected ray. So after that, the perpendicular line, you know that the perpendicular line which touches this inclined line. Okay, the perpendicular line drawn to the point of incident ray is called, we call it as which is normal. What is this? Normal. Here the angle between the normal and the incident ray. Okay, here there is an angle. Okay, right? So here there is an angle. Okay, this is one angle and this is one angle. So this angle is there, no? In between the incident ray and normal, between the angle, this we call it as angle of incidence. What we call it as angle of incidence. And in between the normal and reflected ray, this we call it as angle of, what we call it as reflection. Okay, this we call it as angle of reflection. So this we represented as I and R. Okay, if the angle of incidence, if it is 40 degrees, there means, what about this, students?
40.
It is also 40 degrees because the what will be having the incident ray, it will be the same of reflected ray. Okay, both will be equal here. The angle between these two, incident and reflected ray, will be same, we say that. What is it? I is equal to R, we say that. Okay, incident angle is equal to angle of reflection. Then here in your textbook you have a table there. What is that? .1 is there, student? Angle of incidence and reflection. Here, you know that when the angle will be 40 degree of incidence, how much will be there? The reflection also will be the same in the same angle. That you can just degree here. If it is 40 degrees right here, 40 degrees, 60 degree means 60. Okay. If it is increased, it will be also increased. If it is decreased, it will be also decreased. For example, the incident ray is false. The surface will be here means, what is about the reflected ray will be the same of that, same angle. The distance between these, the angle between these two will be same. Okay, you have to write the different angles here. Okay, 40 degrees, 40 degrees, 60 degrees, 60, 70, like this. Okay. And laws of reflection of light. So here, what is the laws of reflection of light? You can see in different way, incident rays and reflected rays will be same, right? The angle of incidence, two laws of reflection. What is that? The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. This will be same, equal to angle of reflection. The incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. Okay, these all lie in the same plane. Okay, these all lie in the same plane. You can just observe the picture, students. Okay, everywhere the incident ray and reflection will be same. They lie on the same plane. You just observe the picture which is there, incident rays, reflected rays, and normal. These are the two laws of reflection. What is the first law of reflection? The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. What is the second one is? All three rays. What is incident ray, reflected ray, and normal. Okay, at the point of incidence. Okay, all lie in the same plane. Okay, when you check the angles, okay, for example, what is that object, student?
Protector.
Protector.
Okay, protector. Then what you have to do for that? Take a battery and switch down the mirror. Okay, just you make fall light on the mirror. Okay, check that. It will be the same angle. Incident and reflected ray will be the same angle. Just you can do this. Who is it? Vidya Biradar. Don't on your video. Here, regular and diffused reflection means regular and diffused reflection means what is the, student? You know that now you can see this when light falls on the surface of the mirror, you can see the reflection of the light will be same. Okay, that is we call it as regular. Okay, when incident ray falls on the surface, the reflected light, reflected ray will be in a different way, in a difference, not equal. So that is we can call it as irregular reflection. Okay, here regular reflection is when parallel rays of light falls on a smooth surface. So you know that smooth surface means mirror. Okay, mirror is a smooth surface. The reflected rays are parallel. Parallel means all will be, if the incident ray will be like that, the reflected ray will be parallel to that light. Okay, here this is called regular reflection. Regular reflection forms images of objects receded. But what happens in the irregular reflection? For example, paper. Okay, what I said that paper, to by looking paper looks smooth, right? So when the light falls on that, when you observe under the microscope, we cannot see directly the reflected line, students. Just you can see under the microscope this. Okay, when light falls on the paper, for example, this is a mirror, this is a paper. Okay, so what we say that regular reflection means the which lines falls on the mirror, the incident, these are the mirrors, the reflected lines also will be the same incident. Okay, you know that reflected, these are parallel to these lines. Okay, equal to these incident rays. The reflected rays are equal to the incident rays. But can you see the another picture, students? When here, these are the incident rays. You can see the reflected rays will be different. Okay, like this, not equal. This is we call it irregular reflection or diffused reflection. It is regular reflection and it is irregular. Irregular or diffused receded. Okay. What is the regular reflection? When parallel rays of light fall on a smooth surface, the reflected rays are parallel. Okay, the light which falls the light falls on the surface will be in the parallel, and also reflected also will be in the parallel only. This we call it as regular reflection. Irregular reflection is when parallel rays of light falls on a rough surface, the reflected rays are not parallel. For example, you take that table, chair, or these are the objects. When light falls on that, what happens? They diffused. Okay, or you can see the irregular reflection. Now you can see that multiple images. What is the student? Multiple images. You know that what is the first one? Can you see? Have you did like that? Anybody when you stand in front of the mirror? Multiple images. Where you have seen that, students?
Ma'am, in Golconda.
Golconda. Okay.
What, ma'am?
Have you seen in the what is that barber shop? Barber shop, students.
No, ma'am.
Boys. So back side one mirror will be there, front side one mirror will be there, right? So whenever he'll be cutting hair or cutting,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, we can see by that mirror, back side which is fixed, by that mirror we can see the front side mirror. Okay, that is different. Here, what I'm telling is multiple mirror means the multiple mirrors are arranged in this way, inclined plane. So what is that? This inclined plane, this way. Okay. So when two mirrors are kept in incline at an angle, they can together form multiple images. Means when you go near the mirror, they look two images. You can see the two images. If they kept 3, 4, 5 inclined planes mirror means you will see the 5 images. Okay. In the big toilet rooms, means where you wash your face. Okay, there it will be arranged like that. The mirrors will be arranged like that. Yes. Here, angle between the mirrors, number of images. So what is the angle between the mirrors? When the angle between the mirrors will be 45 degrees, will be there. How many images can we form? 7 images. Okay. So how it will be the less degree will be there. They form more images. How it will be more degree will be there. They form less images. Just you can see that. So 45 degree means if the inclined plane is okay made in the mirror like this, if it is in 45 degree, okay, if it is in 45 degree means this, if it is 45 degree, the inclined plane in between the 45 degrees, that means what is that? How many images can we form? 7 images. 60 degree means 5 images. 90 degree means 3. 120 means 2.
How can we see that number of images?
I don't know that when you go near to the mirror, if you are standing in front of the mirror, then it will be settled. Just you can see the images. In all the mirrors, you can see your image. In some movies and all, you have not seen that. Okay. So multiple images, 2 images you can see at a time. Okay, the first picture you can see the students. You can see the first picture, students. How many images you can see there?
1, 2, 3, 4. Ma'am, 5.
Ma'am,
Five images. Because in front of him, what in front of him, no, the mirror is like that. You can see the mirror is like that. In front of him, the mirror is like that. He is seeing five images. Means you know that inclined means the mirror will be fixed in this way. So this you can see your images in these mirrors. The same image will fall in 3, 4, like 5 images. Just you search it and you can observe this.
Ma'am, first one and that one, how much degree, ma'am?
Maybe it is 60 degree. You can see 5 images. Okay.
Ma'am, how will you find that is 45 degree, 60 degree, ma'am?
Actually, whenever they fix, mirrors, they fix in these degrees. Okay. 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, they fixed it. We cannot find it there. Whenever they fixed it, by the image, we can say that. Okay. Where you have stopped your classwork yesterday?
ma'am, normal reflection. And normal.
Okay, normal reflection. Normal is over the front.
Ma'am, up to normal road.
Okay. Angle of incidence. Angle of incidence means angle between the normal and incident rate is called angle of incidence. Angle of reflection. Angle between the normal and reflected ray, reflection ray is called angle of reflection. The angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Okay. Next, laws of reflection.
Only
First law, laws of reflection, only reflection I said. First law of reflection. First law of reflection. The angle of incident and the angle of reflection are always equal to each other. This is the first law of reflection. Second law of reflection. The incident ray the reflected ray and normal all lie in the same plane.
Ma'am, second law don't I?
Okay. So this lateral inversion. So yesterday we have discussed that. So
Ma'am, erase ma'am.
lateral inversion means yesterday we have discussed that when we stand in front of the mirror, it shows opposite, right? So when we see that left side, it shows right side. We see that right side shows left side. Okay, this we call it as lateral inversion. Okay, for example, so when you show your hand in the mirror, okay, students, left hand if you show that, which hand you feel to seeing in the mirror?
Right.
Right hand, right? So this is we call it lateral inversion. Right there. When an image is formed in a mirror, the left side of right side of the object appears as the right side of the image. And vice versa. So this is called lateral inversion. Regular objects, regular reflection. Is that regular reflection means when parallel rays of light,
Ma'am, vice versa means what, ma'am?
vice versa means left image shows that right image shows that left. This is vice versa we said it. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
When parallel rays of light. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೂನು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಹಂಗೂನು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ that we say in English vice versa. ಹೀಗೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಹಾಗೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. Fall on a smooth they are reflected back as parallel rays. Reflected back as parallel rays only. This is called regular reflection. So when light falls on the smooth surface it is. So we can see the parallel lines. Here what example we can take that? The image formed by the plane mirror. Okay? Here we can take a plane, example is plane mirror.
Ma'am, something told about school start, ma'am.
Something told her or somebody told her. Huh? Something told or somebody told. Did you get any information? Yes, students.
Ma'am, in our society, they are all going schools.
All are going to school, but here maybe on Monday onwards the school starts for 6 to 9 students. So we have already told the parents to give this appointment letter or something. We have told to parents. You have got that message, right?
Yes, ma'am. We
What,
gave
ma'am?
also, ma'am.
Yes.
What,
Ma'am,
ma'am?
ಅದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we gave, ma'am.
also, ma'am.
Okay, some of you have given last time we have counted, no, it was less. That's why we plan to stop. Maybe it starts from Monday.
Okay, ma'am.
We are all waiting to come to school.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, irregular.
Ma'am, how many members give ma'am letter?
That I don't know, student. Irregular reflection. When parallel rays of light falls on a rough surface, they are reflected, they are reflected back into all directions. All directions. This is called irregular or diffused reflection. Irregular or diffused reflection. For example, when the light falls on the wall, okay, paper, these reflection will be in different directions. Completed.
Completed, ma'am.
Next, luminous and non-luminous objects. Objects, luminous objects. Objects which can produce
Their own light.
which can produce light on their own. But reflect the light. Oh, sorry, no. Objects which can produce light on are called luminous objects.
Example, sun and
Yes. What is the example? Sun is
bulb also comes.
and the stars. Sun and the stars. Then bulb. These are the some examples. Non-luminous objects. Or illuminous objects also we call it as. Non-luminous or what we say that? Illuminated objects. Objects that do not produce light on their own.
Ma'am, example more.
But reflect the light that falls upon them.
Example more.
Are called illuminated objects. Example is moon. Okay, you write this much and tomorrow I'll continue my class. And all of you should have tomorrow spoon with you, spoon, which you used to eat food. Little bit you should be a
Ma'am,
What,
what ma'am?
spoon.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you keep with you tomorrow class spoon, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Glass and spoon, ma'am.
Still you have which spoon you have now at home?
Yes, ma'am.
In that we seen means our face looked out.
Okay, I'll explain tomorrow about the types of mirror. Okay, one is the plane mirror, concave and convex mirror.
Okay, ma'am.
You should have it. You will understand better when you will be having that. That's all.
Students, today we shall start a new chapter, that is direct and inverse proportion. Okay. I am going to write the definition. First, you write the definition. I will explain all. Write it. Direct proportion. What is direct proportion? First, we shall write two quantities x and y are or said to or said to are said to two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or in bracket decrease together in such a manner that the ratio of their corresponding values remains constant. Okay. That is if x by y equal to k, k is a positive number, then x and y are said to vary directly. Okay. In such a case, if y1 comma y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1 comma x2 of x respectively. Then x1 by y1 equals x2 by y2. This much you write first.
Sir, what is that?
Which one?
Then X and Y are set to.
Then X and Y are set to.
Sir, this line K is a positive number after.
K is a positive number. Then X and Y are set to vary. Set to vary directly. Vary. Vary means change. Vary directly. In such a case, if y1, y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values of x1 and x2 of x respectively, then x1 by y1 equals x2 by y2. I have not explained still, I will explain. Just write this first. Shall I erase, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Write it first. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, up to respectively erase, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Consider the example. Consider,
Sir, shall we read this?
yeah, consider the following example. Okay. Here, students, number of notebooks. Notebooks I'll write. And cost of notebooks. Okay, I'll prepare one table. For number of notebooks, I call X. For cost of notebook, I call Y. Okay. Now, one notebook cost is 30 rupees. Okay. One notebook cost is 30 rupees. What about two notebook cost? 60 rupees. Three notebook? 90. Four notebook? 120.
120.
Correct? Or five notebook?
180.
150 and so on. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir, in this case, as the number of notebooks increase, cost also is increasing. Okay? Variation is there. If one changes, other is changing. If notebook is changed, the cost of notebook is also changing. Correct? For one notebook it is 30, for two notebook 60, three notebook 90, like this. If number of notebooks is increasing, cost of notebooks is also increasing. Variation is how? Variation is a direct. If one increases, other is also increasing. If one decreases, other also decreases. For five notebooks, 150 rupees. For five notebooks, 150 rupees. Correct? For four notebooks, 120 rupees. As the number of notebooks decrease, its cost also decreases. So if one increases, if the two quantities are varying, if two quantities are varying, if one increases, other also increases, or if one decreases, other also decreases, that is called a direct variation or direct proportion. Here you see here, if I take x by y, x by y is 1 by 30. Who is that laughing? If you don't want to attend the class, you leave, but don't disturb others. Okay. 1 by 30. Then it is 2 by 60. Then 3 by 90. 4 by 120. 5 by 150. Okay. You take ratio of x to y, it is 1 by 30, 2 by 30, cancel. Again it becomes 1 by 30 only, 130. 3 1 ja, 3 30 ja. Here 4 1 ja, 4 30 ja. 5
So write it.
30 ja. This becomes 1 by 30. It is 1 by 30. X by y is constant here. If you take ratio x by y, it is constant. This is constant. 1 by 30 is constant. Okay. In the direct proportion, ratio of the two quantities remains constant. Okay. In your definition, how they have given here. For example, if I call this as x1, this as x2, and if I call this one as y1, this as y2. Now, according to this relation, say 1 by 30 can be written as 2 by 60 because ratio is constant throughout. Correct? Ratio is constant. 1 is x1, 30 is y1, 2 is x2, 60 is y2. So x1 by y1 always equals to x2 by y2. x1 by y1 always equals to x2 by y2. This comes to some kind of ratio. In this example, it has come 130. In other example, it may be different. In this example, how much it has come? It has come 1 by 30. For this 1 by 30, some value will come no. For this value we call k. For this value we call k, constant k. At the end, what is this? It is if one quantity, if there is a relation between two quantities, if one increases, other also increases, or if one decreases, other also decreases, and if there is a relation x by y constant, if x by y is constant, then that kind of relation is a what? Direct proportion. If x and y are said to vary in direct proportion, if x increases, y should also increases. If x decreases, y should also decrease in such a way that x by y is constant. X by y should be constant. K, some value should come here. In this particular case, in this notebook case, it has come 1 by 30. It has come 1 by 30 in this notebook case. I'll take one more example. Instead of notebook, we'll take another one more example. I'll make you understand. Okay, I'll take chocolate. Number of chocolates. Number of chocolates. Then cost of chocolate. Okay, number of chocolates, cost of chocolate. For number of chocolate, I call it number of Cost of chocolate I call 1. For 1 chocolate, 10 rupees. For 2 chocolate, how many rupees? 20 rupees. For 3 chocolates, 30 rupees. 4 40, 50 rupees, and so on. Now, x by y ratio you find out. X by y is what? 1 by 10 equal to 2 by 20 equal to 3 by 30 equal to 4 by 40. This is equal to 5 by 50. Okay, if you cancel, its ratio becomes 1 by 10. Okay. In this example, constant is what? X by y is 1 by 10. Means what? If you take x by y, if you calculate x by y in case of direct proportion, you will get some number. For that number, what we have called? We have called constant. X by y equal to one constant will come. If x by y is a particular one constant, then that variation is a direct variation. Understanding or not? It is a direct proportion. One more example I give you. Just see this example and tell me. Example. Number of or years and then height. We shall take height of students and number of years.
The right.
X. Say for example, student is one, child is 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, okay, then 10 years, then 20 years, 30, 50, then 80 years, like this. Okay. Now, if I calculate x by y, whether throughout it becomes the same or not. 1 year old child, what will be its height? This much means how much? Around 2 feet. I'll write 2 feet. Okay. So 1 by 2 came. 2 years, 4 will come. In this relation you are telling 4. But in reality, all children will grow in the same fashion. 1 year means 2 feet, 2 year means 4 feet, 3 year means 6 feet, 5 year means 10 feet, like that. Do they grow? No, they do not grow. So there is no particular constant. In the beginning, children grow fast. Up to 20 years they grow. After say 30 years, person will not grow. Height will remain same. Understanding? Height will remain same. Here after 30 years, this height value remains same only. Understanding? Only years will change. So this kind of variation is not a direct variation or direct proportion. Height of the student and the number of years are not in direct proportion, because there is no particular constant like this. There is no relation between the year and the height. Constant relation will not come. Understood now? You understood? Yeah. One more example. Wait. What is out?
So if a person having 7 feet height, so how much you have to find how much is here in direct form?
We cannot apply this direct variation or inverse variation to age and height. There is no relation. All will not grow in a particular way. Height will be different. Some students grow faster. They grow up to 20 years. After 20 years, they will stop. A girl's height is different. A boy's height is different. Everybody's height is different. We cannot use this law. We cannot use proportion. Now, one more relation I'll give. Number of speed, and then time. Speed and time. You see this relation. I'll call this as X, this as Y. Bangalore is how many kilometers from Indi? Anyone know? 1,000? That much it is? Okay. A particular distance should be covered. Okay. Particular distance should be traveled. One example. I want to travel particular distance. Okay. Distance is fixed. Distance is how much, for example?
700 kilometers.
Okay, distance is 700 kilometers. I want to travel 700 kilometers. If I go 100 kilometers per hour speed, 100 kilometers per hour, how many hours are required here?
7.
7 hours are required.
Yes, sir.
This is speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, time is in hours. Okay. If I go 200 kilometers per hour, a very high speed, practically not possible. Just I am taking the example. Practically, don't travel 200 kilometers per hour. 100% accident will happen. Trains will go 100 kilometers. Bullet trains, all those will go.
12 hours we need, sir.
Huh?
12 hours we need to go to Bangalore from Indi.
Now tell me, if you go 200 kilometers per hour, time required is to cover the same distance. Time required is less or more?
Sir, less.
Yes.
Less. Why? Because speed increases, distance is same, time required will be less only. We go early, correct? We go early. Okay, well, some number will come. If speed increases to 300, again still we go early, correct? So here 7 number becomes small here. There also number becomes small. As speed increases, distance, time required to cover the distance decreases. See, this relation is different. As the speed increases, the distance, the time to cover the distance decreases. So this kind of relation is called inverse proportion. This kind of proportion is called inverse proportion. That we shall see later. Just I give one example. If speed increases, time required decreases. It is a inverse proportion. For example, instead of time, if I write here distance, if I write 1 hour you are traveling, time is fixed. Okay, bike is given to you, 1 hour you should travel. If you go 100 kilometers per hour, you will cover 100 kilometers, correct? 100 kilometers you will cover. If 200 kilometers per hour means, if speed increases, distance covered also increases. No, 200 only. Time is fixed. Distance covered I am talking. If more speed, more distance is covered. Less speed, less distance is covered. So speed and distance are in direct proportion. Speed and time are in inverse proportion. That is one. You understood, students, now? Example. Now you open your textbook, all of you open the textbook. There we shall go to exercise. First exercise 4.1 you see. Exercise 4.1.
Sir, right.
Yes, right. Exercise 4.1. Page number what? Page number 44. Question you write. Following are the parking charges near railway station up to. Check if the parking charges are in direct proportion to the parking time. Okay. They have given, I'll write answer, you write question also. Time is given and then parking charge is given. Parking charge. Time is in hours. Time in hours. Parking charge is in rupees. Okay. Parking charge is in rupees. This is given. Okay. We will call time as X, parking charge as Y. What is given here? 4 hours. For 4 hours, 60 rupees is given. For 8 hours, how much is given? 100 rupees. For 12 hours, 140 rupees. Then for 24 hours, 180 rupees. You know, students in big cities, parking charges, they take parking charges. If you tell, I'll place my car here for 2 minutes, they don't listen. You have to pay for that. I'm telling you, if you have gone to Bangalore, okay, you want to purchase something, your car, you want to place, you want to park your car in front of someone's house, they don't allow you. Particular parking places are there. There for 4 hours, they will take 60 rupees. If you want to keep your car safe for 4 hours in particular place, they will take 60 rupees. That is parking charge. So if it is a direct proportion, what should be there? X by Y should be constant, no? X by Y should be constant. Calculate X by Y. If it is a direct proportion, for direct proportion, okay, X by Y should be what? Constant. For direct proportion, X by Y equal to HK should be a constant. But in this case, whether it becomes constant or not, we should check. X by Y equal to, first case 4 by 60 is there. 4 by 60 is how much? 4 on the 415 the. Cancel this. 4 on the 415 the. Second case, X by Y equal to 8 by 100. 4 to the 425 the. It became 22 by 25. Correct? Remaining not necessary to check. X by Y here 1 by 15 is there. X by Y here 2 by 25 is there. Both are not equal. Therefore, we can call this as 1, 2. From 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, x by y is not a constant. X by y is not a constant. Therefore, what? Those are in not direct proportion. What you should write? Parking charges. Check if the parking charges are in direct proportion to the parking charges. So, therefore, parking charges are not in direct proportion with time. You understood or not? 4 hours is 8 hours after it is 60 to 120 hours. Ang model. You understood this, right? Write the next question. Question number 2. Yes. What is given in second question? Second question, they have given a mixture of paint is prepared by mixing 1 part of red pigment with 8 parts of the base. In the following table, find the parts of base that need to be added. So they have given parts of red pigment. Then parts of base. One, 8. Or first we shall write this as x, this as y. For 1, 8. So 4, 7, 12, 20. You understood question, students? Have you understood the question? Second question.
No, sir.
Mixture of paint is prepared by mixing a part of red pigment with 8 parts of base. In the following table, find the part of the base that need to be added. Question not understood? Question is like this. ನೀವು ಹೋಳಿ ಒಳಗ ಬಣ್ಣ ಆಡ್ತಿರ್ಲ, ಬಣ್ಣ ಆಡಾಗ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೌಡರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿರಿ ಗೊತ್ತೇನು? ಕಲರ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ ಹಂಗ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. ಏನು ಒಂದು 8 ಲೀಟರ್ ನೀರಿಗೆ ಒನ್ ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. 8 ಲೀಟರ್ಗೆ 1 ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ 4 ಪಾಕೆಟ್ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೀಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಕಲರು ಆತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬೇಸ್ 8 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅದ. 8 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 8 ಲೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. 8 ಲೀಟರ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಅದ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ಇದು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ರೆಡ್ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಲರ್. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಿ ಕಲರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತಂದ್ರ, ಮನಿ ಕಲರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ರ 2 ಕಲರ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ಅವ್ರು, ಹೌದಾ? ಬೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಲರ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನೇಟ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಒಳಗೆ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಒಳಗೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ 8 part 1 part ಏನು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ರೆಡ್ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದು 8 ಲೀಟರ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ 1 ಲೀಟರ್ ರೆಡ್ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಲೀಟರ್ ರೆಡ್ ಪಿಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದ ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ it is 1 4 the 4 8 4 the 32 first I'll write directly and I will make you understand that 32 will come this one 1 7 the 7 this should also be 7 times 8 7 the 56 then 1 12 the 12 12 8 the 96 correct 1 20 the 20 8 20 160 this is your answer but we shall write systematically how it is a case of direct proportion as we increase the red pigment color increases so it is a case of direct proportion okay we shall call this as x1 this as y1 this as x2 this as y2 this as x3 this as y3 you can have one more that or here you write here x1 equal to y1 x2 equal to y2 then x4 y4 this is x5 y5 here you write x1 equal to y1 equal to x2 equal to y2 equal to like this. Now it is a case of direct proportion therefore x1 by y1 will be equal to x2 by y2 okay always x1 by y1 equals x2 by y2 which is x1 here x1 is 1 x2 y1 is 8 so 1 by 8 should equal what x2 by y2 4 by y2 we don't know y2 is there here now cross multiply 1 into y2 is 1 y2 is y2 equal to 8 for the 32 so this becomes 32 similarly you can take this and this x1 upon y1 equals x3 by y3 now x1 is 1 by 8 equal to x3 is 7 by y3 therefore y3 equals 8 into 7 equal to 56 similarly x1 by y1 equal to you take this one x4 by y4 x1 by y1 is 1 by 8 1 by 8 equals 12 divided by y4 therefore y4 equal to 8 into 12 96 last one you write like this copy this write the answer write it in one more question is that there only no third question is you understood students this one go to third main now I'll stop here to try the next main in your home. Third
Sir, side, sir.
side, okay. Take your side. Students, class is over. I will continue tomorrow.
Sir, when school starts?
Sir, when school starts, sir?